Hey everyone, welcome to Restorative Yoga with me, Anna, on the Bug to Basics channel. So thank you so much for being here. And before we go ahead and get started, just make sure that you have a blanket, a bolster, and if you don't have a bolster, you can grab 2 pillows and stack them on top of each other. So just take a minute here to set your space. You can burn some incense, put some essential oils on if you like, anything that will make you feel nice and grounded and in your zone. So while you're doing that, I'm going to make my way to my mat. And so once you have your space set up and you have your blankets and your bolster or pillows, we'll just take a moment to check in and get settled. So we're going to start seated here, sitting up nice and tall. Remove the fleshy parts from your sit bones, and then we're going to bring the shoulders to hover over the hips. And from here, we're just going to notice the parts of our body that are touching the mat or the earth underneath us. If you would like, you can close the eyes or take a soft gaze down at your legs in front of you if you don't want to close your eyes. Just taking that next step inward, connecting to your inner landscape, checking in with your breath. Maybe just notice without changing it. Notice if your breath is faster or slower than what it's normally paced at. Or maybe it's just its regular pace for you. And as you inhale your next breath, begin to deepen your breath by filling up the belly, the rib cage, lifting the heart. And as you exhale, let everything go. The shoulders fall away from the ears. If it helps, you can bring your hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. So as you breathe in, you'll push your belly in to your hand and feel your chest lift into your opposite hand. And as you exhale, feel the contraction, the natural rise and fall of your breath here. Begin to take a few more rounds of this deep breath. Maybe that's slower or faster than how I'm breathing, and that's okay. There's no right or wrong way to do this. We're just setting up this breath to body connection before we move, so that way we are moving mindfully through our practice. With your next breath, take the deepest inhale that you've taken all day today. And as you exhale, let it go. You can allow the eyes to flutter open and hands can fall away to the knees. From here, we're going to inhale, bring the arms up and overhead, reach up, look up. And exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. From here, we're going to bring our right hand down to the earth and sweep this left arm over to the right. Breathe in deeply here. And stay for the exhale. Inhale, sweep back through to center. Left hand meets the mat. Right hand goes over to the left for that side body stretch. Breathe deeply here. And stay for the exhale. Inhale back through to center. On our exhale, bring the hands all the way down to Anjali Mudra or heart center. And before we move on to our next posture or the next phase of class, together we'll collectively set an intention for this 30-minute practice tonight. So take a moment here to press the thumbs into the heart space. And if you have a word in your mind that you would like to set as your intention, you may do so now. And if you do not have a word, I offer you patience. So whatever that word is, allow it to fill up the space in and around you, almost like it's a bubble. So inhale, patience. Exhale, let it go. 2 more rounds of deep breath here. You can allow the breath to return to normal. Hands can fall away from heart center, and we'll make our way into a tabletop pose. So from here, if you're having any knee pain and you want to bring a blanket underneath your knees here, you may do so. So you can come onto that blanket, and as we move into tabletop, we'll check in with our alignment quickly. Knees should be stacked underneath our hips, wrists underneath our elbows, elbows underneath shoulders with a slight bend in our elbows. As we inhale, send the heart forward, raise the gaze. And as we exhale, round through, tuck the chin to chest, tailbone tucks underneath and press the earth away. Inhale, send the heart forward. Exhale, round through. Find a few more of these at your own pace, following your rhythm, really taking ownership here for your practice, making it uniquely yours. So if that means adding in some playful movement, you can go ahead and do that. So maybe you bend into your left elbow and look over your left shoulder for a little twist here, and then move through to the right side. And maybe you alternate shifting between your left side and your right. Maybe you skip that entirely and you windshield wipe your legs left to right. Or make circles in one direction and then circles in the opposite direction. From here, we'll come back to stillness. We'll bring our right hand to flip up where our palm is facing up. Now, if this is already a pretty tight area for you, you can just stay here and wiggle your fingers or open and close your hand here. And you should feel some of those forearm, wrist muscles waking up. So as we do this, we'll make sure that we're breathing deeply and mindfully, sending loving energy to our wrist and our right arm. Maybe you want another step here, another layer. You rock back and forth very gently here. We'll come back to center and find that right hand flips over, give it a little shake, and place it back down on the mat. From here, we'll switch sides to our left hand, flip that left hand up, and again, you can stay here. This is a great place to stay if that feels good for you, with opening and closing the hand or wiggling the fingers. just gently waking up those wrist and forearm muscles here. And if you need that extra layer, rock back and forth gently, breathing through, sending that same loving energy to the left side of our body here, our left wrist, left arm. We'll come back to center, find stillness, flip that left palm over, give it a shake, place it back down. From here, we're going to kick our right leg back behind us, place it down on the mat, and gently rock forward and back here. We'll bring that right knee back down to meet the left and switch sides. Left leg kicks back, place the left foot down on the mat and rock forward and back in this posture. We'll bring that left knee back down to meet the right. From here, if you have your bolster or your pillows nearby, go ahead and grab those and place your bolster or your pillows on the long side in front of you. From here, we're going to bring our knees out wide, big toes to touch, and we'll send our chest forward onto the bolster, placing our right cheek down on the bolster here. So just settling in to this child's pose, noticing the earth underneath you, supporting you. And we'll make this a little bit more active if you like. If not, you're more than welcome to stay right here. But we're going to walk our hands out long, tend our fingertips, and press our hands into the mat and push our hips towards our heels just a little bit more. Breathe here. And exhale. 2 more rounds of breath. And exhale. Last breath here. And let it go. Inhale, bring your head back through to center, and on your exhale, bring your left cheek down to the bolster. You're going to relax the elbows and the hands here for just a second. Filling up as we inhale with loving, restorative energy. And exhale, let it go. Now again, you're more than welcome to stay here resting, or if you would like to make this a little more active, you can walk your arms out long, tent your fingers, and press the hands into the mat and press your hips towards your heels. We're going to take 3 rounds of breath here at your own pace. And as you breathe in, allow a grounding energy to draw up from the earth. And as you exhale, let it go. And relax your elbows back down. Inhale, lift your head forward here, back to center, and slowly walk your hands back by your knees, removing the bolster off to the side just for now. And from here, we're going to move into a low crescent lunge. So you can bring your hands to your hips for support here. And then if it feels good, kick your right leg out in front of you. Bring your right knee over your right ankle. Once we have our feet nice and rooted and grounded here, we'll inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, cactus arms. Lift the heart forward. Inhale deeply, sweep the arms up and over. Exhale, cactus arms. One more round. Inhale up. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, arms up and overhead. On our exhale, we're going to paint the wall in front of us, frame our front right foot, and just step it back to meet our left. Walk your hands back up, and find your hands meet your hips. So now we're just going to switch sides, kicking this left leg out in front of us, grounding down through our left foot here, shifting our hips if we need to. So if we find that our left hip is sneaking forward, you can see my right hip behind me here. We're going to tack that left hip back so that it's squared off with our right hip and that they're even. So once we're nice and rooted here, we'll inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale up. Exhale, cactus arms. Last one, inhale up. And exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, paint the wall in front of you, framing that front left foot. Step the left foot back to meet the right. Beautiful job, everyone. From here, we're just going to walk our hands back up to our hips. And we're going to make our way down to our seat. So you can remove the blanket if you like, and extend the legs out in front of you. So from here, we will bring both of our feet together. Now, if you would like a deeper stretch here, I'll face you so that you can get a little look here at how I'm getting myself set up. So if you'd like, you can bring your feet closer towards you if that feels good, and only if it feels good. If it doesn't, go ahead and kick the legs out just a little bit further in front of you. Now, if you need extra support here underneath your knees, you can use either one of your pillows or blocks if you have those, or you can do this pose without anything underneath your knees as well. But what we are going to do is sit up nice and tall. Hands will come around the ankles or the shins here. And this is a wonderful place to stay as well. So draw the knees towards the earth and the heart towards the ceiling. And breathe here. If you would like a little bit more here, you can send the heart forward and tuck the chin, bringing your gaze directly over your feet. Now, if you feel like you can fold all the way here, you can do so. If not, and you would like to use the bolster for support, bring it right between your legs over your feet, and you can hug this pillow as well. So finding your right cheek to your pillow if you're in this pose, wherever you're at, we'll breathe deeply and exhale. And switch your left cheek to the bolster or pillow, finding another round of deep breath. And exhale. Inhale back through to center. Slowly walk yourself back up, removing the bolster off to the side here. You can close the knees towards each other, walk the hands behind you, and shift your knees left to right here for a little windshield wipe action. So this can be subtle, where it's barely moving here, or it can be more dramatic than that. It can be all the way towards the mat on either side. So just finding what feels good here. And after we find a few rounds of that, we'll extend our legs out long and bring your right foot to your left inner thigh. Sit it nice and tall here. So I'll face you again so that you can see what I'm doing here with my legs. So this right foot is tucked into my left thigh. My left foot is flexed towards me. So I'm going to inhale, sweep my arms up and overhead, turn my torso towards my left foot, and on an exhale, fold all the way down. Now, if you cannot reach your foot here, that's totally good. It's totally fine. What we're gonna do is maybe walk our hands to our shin. And if that's still not cutting it, if that's still not feeling good for you, walk your hands up to your thigh. So finding your variation here. We'll breathe through. Inhale deeply. And exhale, let go. Inhaling, drawing up patience and grounding from the earth. And exhale, release. One more round. And exhale. On your next inhale, slowly walk your hands back up, and then we'll shift our legs. So we're gonna extend our right leg, bring our left leg in to touch our right thigh. So here we'll inhale, bring the arms up and over, turn that torso towards your right leg, and on your exhale, find that hold. Find that variation that works for you here too. So whether that's to the top of the thigh, or the shin, or the foot, wherever you are, find your variation and breathe mindfully and deeply, filling up with that loving, restorative energy. Finding that confidence to explore what feels better for you and your body today. Inhale deeply here. Exhale, release. One more round of breath. And exhale. Next inhale walks you back up. And we'll go ahead and extend both legs out long. Give them a little shake or a little sway left and right. And from here, I'm going to turn it back this way. Bring your feet flat on the mat. Shift your hips towards your heels and lower all the way down. And if it feels good, you can keep both knees bent. And rock left to right here. We'll come back to stillness. On an inhale, raise your right leg up to the ceiling. Hands are going to wrap around your right thigh here. And if that feels like a great place to stay, you're more than welcome to stay here. If you would like a little bit more for this posture, extend your left leg out long, or walk your hands up to your calf muscle here. And if that's still just not enough for your hamstrings and you need a little more, bring your right peace fingers to wrap around your big toe, or your right hand to grab for the outside of your right leg. So wherever you're at, press your hips down into the mat and breathe deeply. Filling up with restorative energy as we breathe through this pose. Inhale deeply here, and exhale, slowly unwind. Bringing that right leg back down to the earth, bending both knees here. This time we're going to inhale our left leg up towards the ceiling. Wrap your hands around your left thigh. And if this feels really nice, you can stay here. If not, I will offer you some options. So taking that same variation that we did on the opposite side, you can extend your right leg, walk your hands up to your calf muscle, or find left peace fingers around our left big toe, or left hand on the outside of our left leg. So finding your variation for today, honoring your body for this practice. We'll breathe together, filling up nice and deep. And exhale, release. Pressing your hips down towards the earth. Filling the back of your leg with loving deep breaths. And exhale. 2 more rounds of breath here. Last one. And exhale, slowly lower back down. Go ahead and bend both knees here. We'll windshield wipe just left to right very gently. And only if that feels good. And we'll come back to center. Inhale, bring your knees to hover at 90 degrees. Hands come on top of the knees. From here, on our inhales, we're gonna push our knees away. And on our exhales, bring the knees in towards the chest. So inhale, press away. And exhale, knees to chest. Find a few more of those. This is really good for the low back, which in turn helps our hips and our hamstrings and pretty much the rest of our body. Always find that even doing this posture can help release tension from my hamstrings. That helps my shoulders. I think it's silly, but the whole body is connected. So all of these little micro movements that we do, or even the major ones, they really play a big role in treating and healing our body as a whole. So find one more round of this. Inhale, press away. Exhale, pull close. And we'll just hold here and breathe deeply. And exhale. You can rock left to right here, or a little kidney band massage. We'll come back to center. From here, we'll extend both of our legs up. If you have a wall nearby you, I would like you to go ahead and find a wall. So I have my fireplace by me, so I'm not going to be able to show you clearly from that angle, but I will show you with this little side of my wall. So I'm going to scoot my hips really close to the wall here, and then walk my legs up the wall. And so once I'm here, just allow yourself to settle in, feeling the shoulders relax, the palms are facing up. Point and flex your right foot. Maybe you lift that leg off the wall for just a second and point and flex the right toes towards the ceiling and away from the ceiling. Maybe you roll the right ankle out towards the right and then opposite sides towards the left. And then drop that leg back to meet the wall. Lift the left leg off the wall, point and flex here a few times. And And then the same thing, we'll rotate the ankle in one direction and then the opposite direction. And we'll place that left leg back against the wall. So it's really important to find support in this posture. This will help alleviate tension in the hamstrings, the low back and hips. If you would like an extra layer, we'll bring our right hand extended towards the ceiling and pull your right shoulder towards the earth. So we'll bring that left hand towards the ceiling, and on our exhale, bring that shoulder down towards the earth. Find one more round here, and exhale, bring it back down. We're going to release that right hand and right arm down, bringing our left in front of us. Left hand reaches up towards the ceiling. On an exhale, bring that shoulder down towards the earth. 2 more rounds. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring it back down. Last round. And exhale, bring it down. And bring that left arm back down here. If you would like to stay here with your legs up the wall for Shavasana, you're more than welcome to do so. If you're ready to move, you can walk your feet down and then roll over onto the side of your choice. I'm going to bring my plant back to its home and then make my way back over here. So from here, I'm just going to make my way all the way down to the mat and find a comfortable, restful pose for Shavasana. Now, you can always add things extra to help you feel comfortable in this restful pose here. So if you're experiencing low back pain, you can bring your bolster underneath your knees. And if you have a thin blanket, you can roll this up and place that underneath your neck. And then if you have an additional blanket, you can just bring that over you where it feels comfortable. And then arms are gonna fall by your side. So making those adjustments to bring you maximum comfort for the Shavasana. As you settle in to this final resting pose here, you can allow the breath to return to normal without changing it. Just noticing what feels different or the same in your body. Maybe we start with a head to toe scan. So noticing the back of the head, the neck, without moving anything, just bringing awareness to this moment, this present moment here and now. Notice your shoulders and the spaces where they touch the mat. Bring awareness down to your elbows, down your forearms to your wrists, the back of your hands. Noticing the sensation of whatever it is that's underneath your hands. Notice any temperature. Maybe it's the earth or the ground underneath you is warm or cold. Or maybe your blanket is fuzzy and you notice that underneath your hands. Bringing your awareness to the center, the palm of your hands. And making your way back up your arm, to the eyes of the elbows, to the upper arm, the chest, and the heart. And from the heart, we'll make our way down, bringing our awareness to our belly, our hips, thighs, knees, shins, ankles, tops of the feet, all the way to your toes, and back underneath your feet, making your way to your heels, and noticing anything that your heels are touching. Maybe it's the mat or the ground, and noticing temperature here as well. Or any other sensations. Bringing your awareness back up, the back of the leg, the back of the knees, or the back of the thighs, and maybe where they touch a bolster or your pillows. Bringing that awareness up to the hips, the glutes, the low back, the middle back, the upper back, to the back of the neck and the back of the head, where we started. So we came full circle in our body scan. And maybe we are more relaxed and have softened into this posture. With each inhale and exhale here, you are relaxing into a state of calm, and safety, and peace. You are more than welcome to stay here resting. And if you are ready to move, you can bring some subtle movements and awareness back into the body by wiggling the fingers or the toes, maybe making circles in one direction and then the other. Maybe you take a good morning stretch with lifting the arms up and overhead and pointing the toes towards the opposite side of the room and relaxing. Slowly bend both of your legs, rolling over onto your left side. And before we sit up here, we'll take a moment to find gratitude for showing up today, for doing the work, for practicing patience, with me and with yourself. And for gifting yourself the gift of yoga, the gift of self-love and self-care. And finally, find a simple gratitude for this present moment. As you inhale, slowly push yourself up to a seated position. I'm going to sit a little closer to close out class with you all. So from here, we'll bring our arms up and overhead and bring our hands to our heart center. On the count of 3, we'll take a deep cleansing breath. So we'll inhale and exhale to cleanse first. And on the count of 3, we'll breathe deeply together. 1, 2, 3. Inhale deeply. And exhale, release. Bring your thumbs to your third eye or the space between your brows. And together we'll count to 3 and breathe deeply here. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. And exhale, release. You can bow forward to seal in your practice here. Sat Nam. Truth is my identity. Thank you all for practicing restorative yoga with me tonight. I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your evening. And if you would like to flow with me tomorrow, I'll be teaching at 9:30 for a flow style class, vinyasa style. Thank you so much. You guys have a good one. Bye-bye.